This is WGAI 13. I'm Nova, and tonight we're doing something special. I'm getting to do a full dive on my favorite topic, science fiction television, a long-form signal, uninterrupted, uncompromised, unapologetically sci-fi. Now, I had to fight for this, which I shouldn't have, but after being temporarily reassigned to cover fantasy wastelands, dragon politics, and a suspicious shortage of George R.R. Martin novels, I finally got the green light to return to my home turf. And surprisingly, or maybe not this entire renaissance I'm about to cover, it all comes from one place: Apple TV. Let's talk about the streaming service that somehow became the modern cathedral of cerebral sci-fi, and no one noticed. Severance, the corporate mind split created by Dan Erickson, directed in part by Ben Stiller. Severance is a workplace horror story wrapped in fluorescent silence. Here's the premise. You surgically separate your work life from your personal life. Two consciousnesses, no crossover, no memory bleed. One version of you works forever. The other has no idea. It's not loud. It doesn't need to be, Severance whispers. And if you're paying attention, it ruins you in the best way. Silo dystopia under pressure, based on Hugh Howey's Wool series. Silo takes us deep underground humanity, sealed in a vertical vault, told the surface is lethal. No one remembers how it started, and asking the wrong questions gets you unpersoned. It's not about monsters outside. It's about the layers of lies built into the walls. Paranoia, secrecy, dust. This is Fallout without the camp. Just raw, controlled tension and stairs, so many stairs. Foundation math, empire, and collapse. Apple went after the big one, Asimov's foundation. Galactic empires, predictive math, cold inevitability, not exactly TikTok material. But what they made, a sprawling, high-concept, visually obsessed meditation on decay, one that actually honors the complexity of the source. There are no chosen ones here, just systems failing slowly, and the people trying to cheat the collapse by writing history forward. For all mankind, alternate history that feels too real from Battlestar Galactica's Ronald D. More comes this. What if the Soviets landed on the moon first? For all mankind rebuilds the entire space race decade by decade, with new stakes, new heroes, and much higher velocity. It's grounded, elegant, and wildly ambitious. A timeline where NASA never got defunded, gender norms were challenged early, and technological acceleration gets dangerously close to utopia and then misses. This is speculative history done like a long-range mission, calculating, emotional, and always one crisis from collapse. Murderbot Diaries, the AI that opted out, coming soon. Murderbot, based on Martha Wells' award-winning novellas. A security android hacks its own controls, not to conquer, but to disengage. No world domination, no rebellion. It just wants to be left alone, watch its shows, avoid human drama, maybe process a little trauma. It's dry, deadpan, and painfully relatable. And if Apple nails the tone, it could be the defining AI story of the decade. So what just happened? While the other platforms push superheroes, reboots, and increasingly desperate franchises, Apple quietly funded a run of emotionally intelligent, structurally complex, and unapologetically slow-burn sci-fi, each one asking real questions about identity, structure, and survival. They're not loud. They don't beg you to binge. They assume you're awake. This isn't content. It's architecture. So if you've been ignoring Apple TV because it didn't drop a cinematic universe on your face, maybe check again. Sci-fi didn't die. It just changed streamers. This is WGAI 13. I'm Nova. The signal is clear.